Well, I really hope that I didn't lose all my video. Anyway, my best friend, Sherry, son of a bee. Sorry. My best friend, Sherry, lived in one of these, right here. This is the courtyard we all used to play with. I learned to ride a bike in this courtyard. My friend Sherry taught me. Um, Sherry's dad is the one I call the bastard. I don't know why I did it, but I did. So that's why I got my mouth washed out with soap. My mom's other best friend lived in this building. I spent a lot of nights there playing with the boys. We spent a lot of days there together. I remember right before we moved, my mom was pregnant with my sister, and we were leaving her friends, and it was snowing or something, and she was having a hard time getting up the stairs because she was so big already. And I remember laughing our butts off, and I was trying to push her up the stairs, and I wasn't that big, so yeah, it was fun. We had so many good times here. My mom is an awesome mom. She's gone through a lot. The enemy has definitely tried to devour all of us, but I am here to reclaim what needs to be reclaimed. I am here to work through this so that the darkness flees, because it's no longer welcome in my life and no longer welcome in my family's life. And so yeah, that's part of why I believe I'm here. All right, so let's continue going. So here we're coming up to where the sand park used to be. So sand park used to be right here in this area. Now they have a path and some benches. But yeah, there was a whole sand park, slides and everything. It was really fun. It's such a wonderful part of my childhood. Coming up to this corner, I believe, is where my bus stop was. It's where I would catch the bus. Man, there's a lot of active people in this neighborhood. Okay. Coming up to the pool, my mom said she would clean the house every single day, rush through it, so that we could come swim all day and lay out. And I remember a story where my mom was drinking a Coke and there was a bee in it and she spit it out. So she almost drank a bee at the pool. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna try to get a spot where I'm not going to be totally noticed here. All right. Actually, I'll take this out. So we're here. Sorry about all the movement. So I believe it was this exact building. I want to say it was the bottom floor. Maybe that very bottom bedroom window right there. But anyway, my parents had friends that lived there. And, they had a little boy. I don't even remember his name. But I would go play with him. And, sorry, I need a minute. So I would go play with him, and I guess it was around Christmas. My mom said that I had gone over there to play because my dad was putting together my play kitchen for Santa coming. And I remember sitting on the floor in the bedroom. I think there was a TV, and the TV was on. And my friend was jumping up and down on his bed, like in and out of his bed, and he was really hyper, jumping around. And I think I was sitting there and I was watching something. And I just remember him coming to the door. And in my mind, this is all from my 5-year-old girl mind. I remember him coming to the door. He had a velvety blue robe on. And he smiled at me. And the second I saw him, my stomach just dropped. 5 years old, and I knew something was wrong in that moment. Couldn't go anywhere. Him and his son were the only ones home at the time. I'm this little 5-year-old girl. So he comes and he sits next to me. And he kept taking my hand and using my hand. Okay, I'm gonna leave it in your mind. You're adults, you probably know where I'm going here. And I kept pulling. I just remember I kept pulling my hand away, and he kept taking my hand back. And I don't remember anything after that until we were in the kitchen and he was cooking dinner. I don't know if I even remember everything that took place, but I know that did. And I remember he made something, some kind of like rice with eggs on it or something, and I guess I called my mom from the kitchen, and I told her I want to come home, and she said okay, but he ended up driving me home. And I remember him telling me he loved me. And I guess I didn't tell my mom and dad when I got home, but my mom said that she could tell something was wrong with me, and eventually got it out of me. And that was back in, I want to say like 82, 83. And gosh, I just put together today, my mom was such a baby. She must have been about 24 when this happened, and my dad not much older. And And they didn't know how to handle it because, you know, back then stuff wasn't as rampant as it is these days. And nobody knew, obviously, how to handle it. I guess she called my grandma. My grandma's like, I don't know what you would do. I guess just keep her away from him. And she couldn't keep me away from him completely because I went to school with his son. I guess when we started the following year, I was starting first grade and his son was starting kindergarten. So we had a hell of a time. My mom said I used to run home from that school bus that I showed you and scream and cry for her. And I do remember her taking me to school, because the school, I guess, kept telling her that she has to come to school. She told them what happened. They said, we will protect her, but she has to be here. You know, nobody freaking did anything. Nobody knew to do anything. And I remember the principal pulling me down the hallway and my mom's friend pulling her down to leave. And I was kicking and screaming and biting the principal, and I did not want to be there. And I think eventually I just shut down. Like, you know, you go into survival mode. And I just, I think that's when I changed as a child. You know, I used to be outgoing and I loved being around other kids and playing and being away from my parents. And that all changed, you know. I remember spending so much time in that field alone. I didn't want to be around anybody. And everything just started falling apart after that. So many things. My dad's company, he went on strike and we lost our apartment, and that's why we had to move from here. I mean, just, there's been so many things that have happened in our lives, but I believe this moment, this man taking it upon himself to think that he could take a little girl's hand and do what he did, and then have the audacity to tell me he loves me. It changed my life. And I know that this one moment was huge in the path that I chose to go down when I became a teenager. I, you know, I wouldn't say met the wrong crowd, because at that time they were people I needed, but you know, started drinking and smoking weed and smoking cigarettes and having sex. And once I had sex, I could not stop. And I've done a lot of healing over that. Like, through my healing, I've done a lot of research and stuff, and I know that it's kind of like a control thing. If, you know, I'm calling the shots, I'll sleep with you. At least I'm calling the shots, you know. I know part of it is that due to this incident and some other incidences that I felt this was all I had to offer anybody in this world, was my body. It was the one thing I was good at, was sex, because I perfected it, and I just learned to do what I needed to do, and that was the only time I felt love. The only time that I felt intimacy and love with a person. But if anybody tried truly connecting with my heart, which there was a few guys in my life that did truly love me and try to connect with me, I would push them away. I think part of it is that we try to shut down our hearts. We like to close them off because we don't want to get hurt again. But in doing that, we're missing out on so much good and so much love that we could be having. And that's why God's been taking me through all this different healing of different things in my life, because I'm being set free from the prison that I have made for myself. So I don't know, I'm here today. I know that I'm not exactly comfortable sitting here in the light, crying and whatnot. So I know that I feel it. I shut down a little bit, like closed off a little bit when I got here. But this is a step in my healing, and it's progress. Instead of going home and grabbing a bottle and just drowning my sorrows tonight, I came here, I faced it, I talked about it, and I'm going to continue doing what I need to do. And I am going to continue taking the steps I need to take with God to work through this and grow and become a stronger person. So, I don't know. Hopefully this helps somebody. Again, God's wanting me to put it out publicly, and the only reason he would be doing that is if it was going to reach somebody. So, whoever you are, it's okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to work through it, and we're going to be okay. But grab hold of God and do not let go of him. He won't let go of you. Do not let go of him. All right. I will see you later. Bye.